everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play. As usual, picking up right where we left off in the previous video. Alright, so we just evaded a few. Evaded, if I want to call it that. A few soldiers, and there's more in front of us.
I don't think they see us.
I don't think they see us. Well, how much do you want to bet that's going to change in a few seconds? Remember, who's playing? Stay in the shadows. Yeah, Joel, take your own advice. Trust me, he would if I wasn't controlling him. No, but all this mention of staying in the shadows and all this and all that is really awesome because, like I said in the previous video, it reminds me a lot of Splinter Cell. I'm terrible at that game, but I really like it a lot. And I'm talking about the earlier Splinter Cell games. Like I only have a few of them. I didn't play very many of them, but I really enjoyed them a lot from what I saw. Like I played a little bit of Double Agent, and I have Conviction, which I think was the latest one.
They're still around.
Now this is annoying, by the way. You have to pick up all of these individually. I don't know why.
Joel,
That's
see if there's anything we can use in here.
Sure thing, boss.
And I like how this game has to point out, hey, please check your surroundings every 2 seconds. Like, okay, I understand that stealth is not my forte. Doesn't mean I can't excel at other things like searching an area. And believe me, I do that a lot because I know I kind of go through a lot of resources. But Splinter Cell, and in general, games like that, actually, they remind me of this channel that I used to have. It was, and I can't remember the name of the channel. I'm not talking about G4, which used to be somewhat decent before it became not so decent, and now doesn't even exist.
I think we can make it through here.
And so there was this channel that I had before, which was 100% video games. And I remember I kind of stumbled upon it by accident. I was just, searching through my channels. I couldn't sleep one. And so I was just randomly kind of flipping through the channels, seeing if there was something I could keep my mind busy with until I got sleepy again. So I was randomly flipping the channels, and I don't know, I went up to some weird number and I saw Counter-Strike. Where are we?
Alright, they're gone.
Look, what was the plan? Let's say that we deliver you to the Fireflies. What then?
Marlene, she said that they have their own little quarantine zone with doctors there still trying to find a cure.
Yeah, we've heard that before, huh, Tess?
And that whatever happened to me is the key to finding a vaccine.
Oh, Jesus.
It's what she said.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Hey, fuck you, man. I didn't ask for this.
Me neither. Tess, what the hell are we doing here?
What if it's true?
I can't...
What if, Joel? I mean, we've come this far. Let's just finish it.
Do I need to remind you what is out there?
I get it. This way. If we cut through downtown, we can hit the Capitol building by sunrise.
We hope.
I just find it interesting that Tess is, I don't know if you want to say getting closer, but she's not as cold as Joel is with Ellie. So I just find that kind of interesting. I don't know if Tess had kids of her own at one point or what her backstory is, but be interesting to see.
Holy moly. I guess this is what these buildings look like.
I don't even know what city we're in right now.
They're so damn tall.
I'm gonna guess Boston, but I'm not sure. Please correct me if
Found
I'm
the hell out
wrong.
of the surrounding areas to the quarantine zones, hoping to kill as much of the infected as possible. It worked for a little while.
So anyway, I was flipping through the channels one day.
What the hell was that?
Tess,
Oh
you
boy.
hear that?
And
Yeah. Sounded
it was
pretty
like
far
at 3
away,
o'clock, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep, and all of a sudden I see something,
though. Come on.
and it looks like Counter-Strike for some reason. And I'm like, I've not really played much of the Counter-Strike games, but
It's quite a drop.
wow. But I know I've seen enough videos to know exactly what it looks like. So I was like, what is going on here? And I said, well, this isn't G4. At the time, that was the only channel that I knew that had anything to do with video games. So I checked my TV and I said, this is not G4. And sure, I think literally the name of the channel was Gameplay HD, something like that. Just a very basic name. It lets you know exactly what the channel's all about. And I was like, dude, this is amazing, because at that particular time G4 was like, it was like a waste. It was like, you know, you had marathons all day of like Cops or Star Trek or something like that. And if you're into those shows, then that's okay. But for me, I'm like, what happened to, oh gosh, what were the names of some of those shows? What happened to, there used to be a show where they showed the trailers for games, upcoming games and games that I think were already released. They had cheat codes. They had X-Play, which I think was one of the more popular ones, and I missed that. So I was already feeling the void of that. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that. But anyway, this channel had people doing Let's Plays. No, not Let's Plays. I'm sorry, walkthroughs of. Thank God, by the way, the game reminded me how to turn on the flashlight, because I really didn't remember at the time. So now I have this flashlight. So now I know. And if I'm not mistaken, I think some of the infected can see that. I'm not sure if some of the infected can see the flashlight. I feel like, yes, they can. So I'm going to be very careful with that. But anyway, so they did like walkthroughs of certain games. One of the games being Hitman Blood Money. I think it was that particular Hitman game. I saw a Splinter Cell game. And let me tell you something. I had such a blast watching that channel, because some of those games I didn't have, so it's kind of fun to see someone play. And it wasn't the best gameplay, because they actually did record the person dying, whoever was the player. But it was still fun to watch. I'm the kind of person that I enjoy watching other people playing things some of the times. Especially for me, I enjoy watching people play scary games, because there's some games that I just will not play. For example, Siren. And I have Siren. I got it. I went to a retro store several months ago, and I said, let me pick it up. For me, I almost like getting the games, and once I get the games, I don't play them, which is really silly, but that's just what I do. So I have Siren, but I haven't played it yet. One of these days, I'm going to gear myself to go ahead and play it, because I heard the game is hard. And people say the controls are very unforgiving. The gameplay itself is very unforgiving, but I don't know, the story's kind of interesting. So and I've not seen too many people do Let's Plays of it. Maybe, at least last time I checked, maybe now that's a bit different. And the thing is that the sequel, so we have Siren, then you have Forbidden Siren 2, which didn't come out in the United States. It came out in Europe and Japan, I think. Oh, crap, the clickers. Okay. Yikes.
What's wrong with its face?
So, the clicker...
So what? Are they blind?
Sort of.
They see using sound. So that's like...
Like bats. If you hear one happen, you gotta hide.
So the clicker reminds me of the Berserker enemy in Gears of War. Same kind of thing. It's blind, so if you're very quiet, it won't detect you, but very, very superb sense of hearing. So you had Siren 2, and then you had Siren Blood Curse, which was just a reimagining of the first Siren, and I think that was it. I don't know if they're going to make any other Siren games. It wasn't the most popular game, but the game was originally made by members of Team Silent, which was the original team that made the Silent Hill series, some of the first games in the Silent Hill series. So what you saw there right now, the supplements, you'll see me pick up bottles of pills every once in a while. Those allow you to increase certain abilities or to improve on certain abilities. Now what I'm going to try to do, the game plan for me, is there is an ability that I want which will allow me to get saved if a clicker grabs me. It's not obvious at this moment, but if a clicker grabs you, basically that's an instant game over, which is very, very annoying. And so I'm gonna, I think it's about 75 oh, hello. Oh boy. See, I love how here there's a QTE, so you think, oh, I'll get a QTE with a, you know, if I get grabbed by a clicker. That's not. No, but you know what? Maybe I, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. This clicker grabbed me from the front. I think if a clicker grabs you from behind, that's a game over. That I know for sure. Now, I really don't like them. They're kind of creepy, so that's why what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to my supplement pills and develop that skill that I mentioned earlier.
Patch yourself up.
Oh, that's really nice of you. Thank you so much, Tuss. Alright. And I can make one as well, which is great. Oh, I thought she gave me a health kit. I guess I'm a little confused. Maybe she gave me the materials to make one? Who knows? But anyway, I don't know how many of you guys have played Siren. Like I said, I've not played it yet, but I like the story. It's very, very interesting. Use the shift. Okay, so this is one of the doors that I was mentioning. It needs a shiv to open. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that word right. Is it a shiv, or like, do I have to say it another way? I don't know. Okay. And there better be something besides that bottle in this room. Okay, so there's more of those supplement pills. Is that it? Oh, okay, good. Because I was going to say that I would have felt completely ripped off if I wasted a shiv just to get like some supplement pills. And so that's the skill that I was talking to you about. Shiv Master, that's the one that's going to allow you to get saved by a clicker. So the description of that skill leads me to believe that if a clicker grabs you, it's an instant game over. And I don't think the orientation matters, whether it grabs you from behind or from the front. Except for that first one that Tess helped me out with. Alright. So far we've seen the regular... Oh, yuck. The regular enemies, the regular kind of zombie type enemies, the runners, they can see you. And now we have clickers to deal with as well. And I think there's a few other types, if I'm not mistaken, that are coming up. What always makes me nervous is when there's a mixture of enemies. For example, if there's...
See if there's a way through.
If it's just clickers in a room, you can deal with them in one particular way, and then versus if there's just runners in an area, you can deal with them another way. But when there's a mixture of them, that's when things can get a little hairy.
Come on.
So it'll be interesting to see how those are properly handled. Alright. So,
Come on, big guy. Let's go.
Siren, the first Siren came out in 2003, if I'm not mistaken. And I kind of want a Siren kick a little bit.
Clickers?
Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, even... Oh, boy. I love how they were running and the clicker didn't hear them. Didn't run right towards them. Oh, God. Meanwhile, if I were to run in-game, I would die. Okay, I guess I'm supposed to go. I'm just gonna... I don't think it's advisable to fight these guys, so I'm just gonna go ahead and very slowly walk around them. They have bricks and bottles placed here, so it looks like they're there for a reason. Alright. Of course I'm always left behind. Nice. Oh god, okay, I see that one clicker there. Okay. I mean, they're not that bad to kill. The problem is just that, and I know there was some items that I missed, but the problem is just that whole grabbing mechanic. Okay, so we're in the clear for now, which is good.
I think that's it. Ellie, you okay?
Other than shitting my pants, I'm fine.
Alright. So far, it's okay. And I'm in pretty decent health too, so that's good also. Alright, so I guess I'm supposed to be climbing down these stairs like that.
Give me a second.
Ah, okay.
There you go, ladies.
All right. Come on.
Oh, I thought that thing was gonna slide or something. Guess not.
The stairwell's blocked. Should we go back up? This is crazy.
Oh boy, yikes.
Just don't look
So
down.
I'm trying to think.
Are you serious?
What other horror games do I really like? Like I've told you guys before, and if you guys know me well, you know this already, but I'm especially a sucker for survival horror games from the mid and late 90s. I mean, you can tell, just look at my list of Let's Plays, it's quite obvious. Well, I think it looks like it's more obvious the fact that I like one particular franchise, but in reality, I've really just developed an affinity for the genre in general, but only for that particular time period. That's not to say that I don't like horror games that either came out before or after it, but I just like the ones from that era kind of more than the others. There's just something special about them. What is this? Oh, revolver. Sweet. Alright, so that's yet another weapon. Now, so here you go. This is kind of sort of Gears of War-esque / Uncharted, where you have to kind of switch out weapons. So the handgun and the revolver take exactly the same spot. So you can only either have one or the other in that right spot. So for now, I'm just going to keep the handgun. I'll go check it out. So, okay, so they're sending me off by myself. And I'm slowly but surely, yes, now I remember. This part is a little bit tricky. I've had trouble with this part in the past because they said they only made a mention here of runners, but there's actually a clicker. I think at least one clicker in this area too. So that's what I was. What the hell was that? Did Joel just enter the Matrix right there? What on earth? What just happened right there? That was weird. Was that a glitch or was that the game trying to be cool? I don't know. Okay, so there's actually a mixture of runners. That's a runner right there. Sometimes I can't tell because they look alike to me. I don't know, it's weird. But this is definitely a runner. So this one is easy enough to kill, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab him. And I'm thinking right now I probably shouldn't have wasted that shiv, but I was afraid that... I don't know if they make noise, they'll attract other enemies to the area, so I just wanted to end him quickly. Alright. So I can only make a shiv right now. And there's more items that you'll be able to make later as the game progresses, so it's not just going to be the shiv and the health kit. You'll see more later. Okay, so you see that there's like 3 or 4 more enemies in this room. And one of them moves around, at least one of them kind of moves around. So you see there's a hallway back here. And there's going to be an enemy that pops up ahead of me over here. There he is. There's a couple doors to the left that you see. He'll enter one of them. So he'll kind of just keep doing that motion. If I'm not mistaken, I think the enemies tend to have a very set pattern with respect to how they move, unless they're alerted or unless they're suspicious. Then I think they kind of change their movement, or they might stay a little more stationary. Okay, so right here I'm trying to figure out what I can do. One way that I think you can try to tackle this, but I didn't do it here, I don't know why, because I had forgotten, is you can try to get that enemy while he's walking in that room. Those 2 doors I think are actually connected to the same room, if I'm not mistaken. But I didn't do it. I'd forgotten. So then he comes back here. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna come back here, wait till he goes over there, see if I can pick him off, and then that's one less enemy to worry about. He should be popping up here shortly. There he is. And there's another. Oh, that enemy's a little too close for comfort. Oh crap. Okay. Oh god, he spotted me. once one enemy spots you, they all spot you pretty much. Okay. God damn it. Alright. So I went ahead and edited out a few minutes of that, so I died right there, in case that wasn't obvious. That was ridiculous. So that's what I meant. The clicker pretty much is an instant kill once they're attached to you. So what I want to try here is I'm going to try a little more of a not so stealthy approach, but I'm going to try to kill the clicker first. That's the clicker ahead of me, if I'm not mistaken. Once I kill him or her, I don't know if it's a he or she, then it's fine. I can deal with the other enemies. They might get a few hits on me, but I should be able to survive it. I'm at pretty decent health, so that's gonna be the tactic that I employed. I'm sure there's a stealthier method that works just fine, but I'm just gonna go with what I know at this particular time and take it from there. Okay, but I'm gonna wait for the other runners to walk away, give me some space to maneuver. Alright. Hopefully I can land a headshot on the clicker and... Alright, let's see here. I think now's my opportunity. Oh god, please die. Okay, clicker's dead, so I'm alright. Okay. Whoops, I didn't mean to throw the bottle at him. This is just the first thing that I grabbed, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go to town on these guys. I know there's a guy behind me. And that worked out. Okay, so it looks like the area is clear now. I'm pretty sure that tactic will not work in the higher difficulties, but...
Let's just get out of here.
But it's alright, I can get away with it here for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and search this area. There's a few supplies, I think. And then we'll move on to the next area. I'm gonna try to conserve that revolver as best as I can. So I did break the melee weapon that I was using, so I'm gonna pick this one up. And I'm gonna go ahead and continue searching this area and move on. But I'll see you guys later.